Speaking of something else, I got some bad news for us Ghostbuster fans. I don't know how many Ghostbusters there are nowadays. I remember like, freaking 10 years ago, Ghostbusters was a big deal. And now when a Ghostbuster movie comes out, the noise isn't there. The buzz isn't there. The new generation don't care. And we this year, which a lot of us forgot, we had Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, which is still crazy to think this movie released this year because it feels already like it came out 2 years ago or something. And it didn't flop, but it also didn't make a bang. It like literally just made enough money to turn a little bit of profit and be okay to where they're thinking about making one more live action Ghostbuster movie. And I'll give it a shot. I mean, this movie wasn't awful, but it wasn't anything special like I remember Ghostbusters. The thing I had been waiting for and was wondering about was this Ghostbusters animated movie. I was like, they announced this thing. Lately, Sony has been cooking with the animated side when it comes to like Spider-Verse and all that. I'm like, maybe that's the best thing to do. Is that's how you get new Ghostbuster fans and build excitement for this franchise again, is through an animated movie. I'm thinking Transformers 1 killed this movie in a way. We all know the infamous story with Transformers 1 and the box office of this movie. Transformers is a billion-dollar franchise. And what I mean by that is this was a franchise where movies in the series made billions of dollars. Multiple of them have done that. But when they went animated, it did not do as great as they wanted. 129. There's still hope for a sequel, and then hopefully that sequel does a lot better. But I'm thinking this movie kind of fitting into that same category of Ghostbusters where there's older fans, grew up with it, used to be a big franchise. What if we go animated? Transformers 1 showed us. We might be headed for disaster. We might be headed for a flop. And so what did they decide to do? Instead, let's make the movie a streaming film, not a theater movie, and put it on Netflix. Now, there still could be a chance that the animated movie they announced is separate from this, and now we're getting two different Ghostbuster animated movies, but I kind of doubt that. I don't think that's going to end up being the case. I'm thinking they saw the Transformers 1 performance, and they were like, guys, it's just not smart for us to try and do the same thing, because if that's what happened to Transformers, look what happened to us. Our movies aren't even making the $1 billion anymore, or they never were, but still. I think I guess that's fine. We'll see how that goes. Streaming does have the potential for the movie to be bigger and big. The only thing I hate about when movies go straight to streaming like this is their lifespan short. Their lifespan is done. This movie will become popular for 2 days, and then we will never talk about it again. There's so many movies where that happens. Of course, there's all that. Somebody like, don't be so pessimistic. I'm sorry, okay? I have been a fan of this franchise, but I'm just being honest, okay? That's just what happens. So this movie's going to come out, and I hope it's great. I hope it's amazing. But then after that, what's next? How do you also determine the success of that? Because Netflix is the one who holds all those analytics to themselves, and they're like, 1 million people watched the first 3 seconds, 4 minutes, and 2 of this movie, and that's such a specific analytic. What does that mean for other movies, So I don't know. I'm not trying to be as Debbie Downer. I'm sorry. I love the Ghostbuster franchise. I think it's awesome. I just kind of was wanting it to be revitalized for a new generation, keep the brand going and alive. And so seeing it go straight to streaming, I was like, damn, that kind of sucks. But hey, at least we're getting it. They could have canceled it. They could have not happened. And if this movie is good, that's only good for Ghostbusters, right? Because then that means there's more attention for the brand. And when the next live action movie comes out, maybe there's people excited for it because the animated movie was good. And, Chris Pern, who did Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, that's a cute, innocent movie. I think there's a lot of fans probably out there right now of that. I remember seeing it and thinking it was a funny movie. Not like anything classic or mind-blowing for me, but I was like, yeah, that could be fun. And that also gives us the opportunity to explore a lot more cooler things in the Ghostbusters universe that we haven't before. Go into ghost dimensions or, do more stuff like in the real Ghostbusters TV series, things like that, So, yeah, I mean, I'm thinking it could be good, but it's just sad that because of trends, they were like, yeah, it's going animated. So that's happening. I want to know from you guys, are you happy with this? What would you like to see from it? Leave it all down below.